It's that time of the season again where we say goodbye to another year. We play our final game of the season, and because, as I said in the last episode, there is very little left to play for, we're going to give the kids a run out. I'm Chasing Lamely. Hit like, subscribe, ring the bell, all that good stuff. Let's roll the intro and let's have a little look into the future, shall we? So welcome back to episode number 42, I believe, of Robin's Revival. And as I said, there is nothing left to play for in terms of success or failure in this season. We are currently 14th, and as you can see by looking at the league table, with 4 points above 15th, we are 5 points behind today's opponents, Nottingham Forest, who do have a little bit to play for, but it's literally a couple of league positions. I don't think there's any prize money in the championship, so it makes no real difference to them. They're also on atrocious form, so who knows, we might have a chance of sneaking a victory. We are actually one place above where we were predicted to finish this season as well. In terms of what you've missed since we played that 8-0 drubbing out in the quarterfinal of the FA Cup, we lost 2-0 to Norwich. We then lost 1-0 to Derby County. We drew 2-2 with Coventry, goals from Land and Speckschneider. Lost 2-0 to Middlesbrough. We beat Bournemouth 3-1 with a brace from Nemanja Matika and a goal from Alejandro Garnacho. We then beat Millwall 3-1 with another brace from Matika, and if it will let me select it, I was trying to show the highlights. That's always good. I clicked in the wrong place. We don't want to see the highlights. We beat Nemanja Matika, gets a brace. Daniel Deasy scores in a 3-1 win. We then beat Preston 3-0. Goals from Land, Longman and Matika, bringing us nicely up to date in terms of how things are looking. Already started to think about transfer business for next season as well. I really want this guy, Oliver Christensen. I've not scouted him. I've not scouted him properly. I may have made a huge mistake by not scouting him properly. We'll do that now. Small mistake. But I noticed that he was transfer listed and is a Danish international, which means he'll get a work permit. But also the fact that he is a Danish international in a squad that, frankly, contains Daniel Everson of Chelsea, who plays semi-regularly, I believe, for them, and he's a decent goalkeeper, and still is getting a look in. And David Jensen and I think Ronald may have been drafted into the last squad. I have been keeping an eye on the international thing, basically, and I saw Christensen come in a couple of times for games, and then I saw Danish international available from Borussia Dortmund. Looks pretty good. And I'm not massively impressed with Max O'Leary of late, who has been in form, but he has been our only kind of first choice quality goalkeeper at the squad. And also I noticed he was wanted by Blackburn, and I thought, do I want to take that extra couple of quid? Get a younger goalkeeper who's slightly better, probably, or at least as good. Who knows? Anyway, let's get into the game and we'll talk about today's lineup. We'll talk about who's actually making the squad. So the lineup today, as is traditional on the last day of the season when there is nothing to play for, is very much made up of our highest potential youngsters. Don't be scared by these star ratings. They are the highest potential youngsters in the squad who are likely to be here next season. So we're going to start with Westwood in goal. This is Connor Westwood. He came out of this year's youth intake, and he looks like he could become very good. He is our highest potential backup goalkeeper. He is, in fact, our best goalkeeper who is currently in the squad. Not on loan, obviously. A couple of goalkeepers are on loan who are better than him, but currently would be our second choice goalkeeper in the rankings. And so I thought I'd give him a run out and we'll see what he can produce. We've met D before. Shabua Bua Gibson and Colwill, very much our kind of best potential defenders who are not on loan away from the club. And I thought maybe I'd like to give them a chance to develop a bit more ahead of next season. Another player for this year's youth intake is Jeff Burbidge. He is a ball-winning midfielder who can also play as a left winger, as a central defender and as an attacking midfielder. and so very much kind of the player I want to get developing as much as I can. He has some big potential, and I think it's only right to give him just a little taste of first team football, see if we can light a fire under him. Peter Barry, we've met before. I think we played him last season, or this season, an FA Cup game. That's when we played him in the first FA Cup game of this season that we should. Did we show on the channel? I don't remember. We played in the FA Cup. Peter Barry was very good, had a very good game that day, and I want to give him another run. He's playing in central midfield rather than his preferred position on the right wing, purely because we've still got Brendan Land, and Brendan Land is phenomenal. So Land, we know Zeg. We've met Liam Sayers before as well. I want to say he played in the FA Cup as well this season. His first league appearance. He is starting to decline a little bit, which is odd because he's been playing a lot of football in terms of under 23 games, I believe. But he could become a really good star for us, so I want to give him a go. He's also wanted. I don't know who he's wanted by. He is wanted by West Brom and Swansea, which tells you he's probably got some big potential. And then up front we've got Leon Wood, who is another youth intake candidate from this year, actually. Big determination, really big kind of potential in terms of what the star ratings are telling us. He can play anywhere, wings or up front. Apparently he's better on the left wing, but natural up front. Who knows? Either way, we're going to give him a go to see if he can make a good start. We've got Glenn Gould on the bench, another of our big potential players who's wanted by a lot of Premier League clubs. I've offered him a new contract because he has a release clause to Premier League teams of 9.75 million. I'm trying to up that as much as I can. Aaron Lamela makes the bench because this will be his last game as a professional. He's retiring at the end of the season. He's not actually fit enough to play. We'll give him a couple of minutes at the end of the game just so he can say goodbye properly. Matika, Deasy, Speck, Schneider, Garnacho and Odomayo make up the rest of the bench because I want some experience in case this turns embarrassing. That's kind of the thought. Let's just play the game. Let's see what we can do. I have medium expectations. This game doesn't actually matter in the slightest for anything whatsoever, but wouldn't it be really nice if we could do what we've done before, stick up the youth team and pick up a surprise win to end the season. So into the dressing room for the final time this season. Media have given you a lot of credit lately. Go out there, put on a worthy display, and nobody seems to care. So I guess we're going to go with I trust you to make a difference, make me proud for the defence. For midfield, because they are significantly younger, we're going to tell them there is no pressure on them today. I feel like that's probably a wise move. And then up top, Leon Wood, again, special moment, enjoy your debut, play your natural game. That's what we're going to say to him. And we'll see how that goes. We're going to kick off now, and hopefully we won't get embarrassed like we did against Liverpool. Kick-off highlight, always a concern. Wood to Barry, to Zek, back to Wood, Barry and Colwill on the ball now. Can Colwill create something here? Zek, ball forward, looking for Wood, who wasn't quite there, did eventually pick it up though. Sayers to Land. Land looking out wide to D, I don't know what we decided it was. D, we'll go with D. Land to Burbage, Burbage with a pop, and Jeff Burbage scores on his debut at 16 years old. He is a big potential player for us. Fresh from the youth team, literally this year's intake. Less than 30 seconds on the clock, and Burbage cuts inside, has a pot. It's technically just over 30 seconds on the clock after it crossed the line. Doesn't really matter. Either way, under a minute, and Burbage has made an impact and scored his first goal in Swindon Town colours as Nottingham Forest look to come straight back at us. It's Yates on the ball to Starfelt, to Worrell, back to Yates, and Yates back to Starfelt, to Worrell. Worrell with a ball forward to Yates. Yates through to Manquillo, and of course the defender ended up just not picking up the ball. Manquillo back to Yates. Yates with a cross. Gibson though will get it clear, and it's gone as far as Worrell though to Starfelt. Starfelt back to Kilman. Kilman to Ngakia. Slattery, Gray, Vidovic, and Larkin has a pop, but he's definitely offside. So we have got away with that. And this game looks like it's going to have a little bit of action to it. I'm not going to lie. I think we might have an action-packed game if the first minute and a half are anything to go by. We've seen a lot of goal-mouth action already. And if things carry on like this could be one of those episodes. Corner for Nottingham Forest, and we're just over the half-hour mark. Joe Worrell with a goal. And it's, you know... I have got a team of kids out. I can't expect the world, but I was also kind of hoping we would hold on for a bit of an unexpected victory. I guess it's just good experience for these players. Let's not pretend like I was expecting us to absolutely smash Forest. So, 1-1 so far as we head towards a half-time, very slowly creeping up on us. Sayers and Wood not having the best of games. Same with Shabua, Bua and D, actually. We are very much not experiencing the best of performances from our team. I've also not done any shouts from the touchline in the first half, which is very rare for me, but there's no point doing it as we're going into injury time. I feel like if we can go in with things level, we'll be okay, and we are going to go in with things level. Let's go straight into the dressing room. Let's see if we can inspire something. Happy with your performance so far? Keep it up. Seems fair. Let's just do some individual team talks, though. Let's talk to Leon Wood. Let's talk to Liam Sayers. Let's talk to Shabua Bua and to D, and let's just say you weren't that bad, you can still improve. I have faith in you, and see if they do in fact improve off the back of that feedback. Throw in then, it's D going to take it for us on the far side to Zek. Zek finds the ball, plays it through to Sayers. Sayers is through on goal, and Sayers puts it straight into the hands of Balcom. And that did not end up as well as I thought it was going to do, or hoped at least it was going to. But, things are still looking okay. Land with a cross into the box, looking for Sayers, doesn't find him. Worrell will be the guy that picks it up. Manquillo back to Worrell and Starfelt, which is a great name, by the way. Worrell back to Balcom. Balcom puts the ball out wide, and Ngakia is going to pick that up. Can we do a defending to Kilman? Looks like they're playing 5 at the back from the way things are lined up. Gray to Vidovic to Larkin. Can we do something about this? We didn't need to. It just went wide. And nothing left to fear from that one. Shabua Bua has just picked up a yellow card. I'm not sure what for, but they're going to get a free kick. I'm also going to send on Glenn Gould at right back because it feels like the right thing to us. Come off the crossbar. And Anderson is there to put in the rebound. And thinking times need to be had here. Thoughts need to be thunk. I think it might be time to give up a little bit on the experiment that was having Wood up top. He's not had the worst game. We'll confirm that change. He's not had the worst game, but I genuinely feel like maybe we could have finished a few more chances, so we'll send Beasley on. I am still very much holding back that last sub for Lamella as well, because we do want to give him a good send-off. He has been good for us while we've had him for this half a season, and I feel like he deserves to retire in style. So, free kick for Forest. Vidovic puts it into the box. Ribeiro. Gray is the guy that finishes it. Damari Gray. Again, I wasn't really expecting us to pick up a victory today. It was just kind of a hopeful thing, but Eric Lamella is also on the pitch for his final ever appearance in both Swindon Town colours and professional football. Gould and DC are also on the field for this one. I say it was a tight offside, but whatever. It's been counted, and I didn't really need to see anything else from that verdict. A few minutes left to go. Like I said, I'm very much hoping that we can just get a goal from Eric Lamella, or some kind of, let's just see Eric Lamella. Also, Shabua Bua having an absolute mare as Manquillo gets himself into the box here. Plays it in, Larkin is there. Shabua Bua actually does do something useful for a change. Worrell, ball down the line for Manquillo, and there's no defending of any kind coming from Colwell today. Apparently Anderson. Ball goes over the top from Manquillo, and it's Ballas. I don't know. Balagisi, I think that was, maybe. Anyway, it's going into injury time now, and I guess that's kind of us wrapping up our season. Some decent performances, a couple of shocking ones from Colwell and Shabua Bua, if I'm quite honest. Eric Lamella's got through his last game as a professional footballer without being too badly crippled at the end of it. So we'll go into the dressing room. I'm going to tell the guys they did actually. So I was going to say I'm not happy with your performance out there. But actually I'm going to say I'm pleased with your performance because a very young team went out there today and they didn't entirely embarrass themselves, which is quite nice. And that's a good wrap up for the season as players are still doing their little victory lap for some reason. They've still got themselves up into 11th off the back of that, so fair play to them. We are not going to worry too much about what's going on in terms of here. It is transfer window time in our next episode. in terms of what I'm looking to improve, let's find the squad depth screen. That's probably a very good place for us to wrap up things with this episode. In terms of what I'm looking for in this window, I do want another striker in because I do feel like we don't have enough goals in the team. We've certainly been a little bit shy of scoring if Deasy isn't involved, although Matika has chipped in a few recently. Midfield is fine, there's nothing wrong with our midfield. I think that's probably as strong as it needs to be to have a more successful season next year. At the back, though, I think I probably want another centre-half because something's not working. We're leaking a lot of goals. Bismarck, I don't think, is quite ready to step up just yet. And also probably need to have a think about what we're doing left-back-wise because our best centre-half is always our best left-back, and a goalkeeper, as I said before, is going to be a priority, although we'll have a look at Aaron Maguire when he returns from his loan, which I think is actually December, because he's on loan at Shamrock Rovers. It is. So we are going to need another goalkeeper for next season, but we'll cross that bridge when we come to it in the next episode. That feels like that kind of plan. Right, guys, thanks for watching. I have, as always, been Chasing Lemony. If you haven't already, leave likes, subscribes, comments, all that good stuff, ring the bell. All of that stuff is free because I'm nice like that. It's nothing. It's not just because YouTube makes it free. It's just free. Anyway, thanks for watching. Until next time, guys, I'll see you very soon. Have a good one.